Artificial intelligence is taking over and destroying YouTube, but not in the way you might have thought. Today, we'll explain what's happening and why a revolution from the very top of YouTube has to happen to save the platform for a tomorrow in doubt. Hello, folks. Shout it out loud. We've got the news and we know how to deliver it with truth, capital T, indeed, right here on the Pro Channel. As we dive in, click the like button, drop a comment down below, and if you're not yet subscribed, we hope this video is just the kind that will convince you to do so. Folks, you know that we have an opinion about fire. One of humanity's first inventions. It's great for cooking food. It's great for extending life. It's great for keeping you warm. It's also not so good because it burns down villages and causes lots of harm. And AI is sort of the same way. We're fans of what AI can do well, and we know also that AI can, well, make a real mess of things. Right now, YouTube is getting destroyed by AI, and YouTube needs to fixify it immediately. YouTube just deleted over 4.7 billion views worth of AI slop videos. This was back in January, but I'm here to tell you, things have not stopped and it is getting dramatically worse. There's two reasons that AI is destroying YouTube, and I'd like to bring both of them to you. One is obvious, one is not. Folks, this is the kind of stuff right now that has absolutely dominated the vertical space on YouTube. We'll play this one. This is called Wildlife Animal Rescues. Well, we'd like to have that with the audio, but we'll play it with the audio. Now, folks, this is a video where a lynx and its kittens are sitting on the side of the road. Vehicle pulls up, it's injured, and somebody comes by and helps the lynx. None of it's real. And there are so many of these channels, so many of these verticals. In fact, I would say that the majority now of verticals are probably not real. Another few seconds of this. Again, completely and totally not real. Now, most of you can spot that this is not real. Some of them are very convincing. This one's not. But kids, sometimes they don't have a clue and they'll just sit and watch and watch and watch. But what about the ones that are actually convincing and getting better all the time? For that, let's go to Tesla Insider News. Yeah. This is a video of a Tesla motorhome for $9,990. The problem? One, it's not real, and two, it would never be for that amount if it was, but it's not real. And I use this just as an example, folks. We'll play a brief clip of it as well.
Feel confident in saying it will be the most exciting product unveil ever.
This is not real. Tesla is not producing mobile homes or RVs or anything of the sort. Yet it is very convincing, especially to people who don't know what this is. They don't know about AI yet. It's photorealistic. And it goes on to give you tours of the insides of these things, show you what it looks like. Let me bring on a guy who is a purveyor. No. He's a surveyor of what's going on right and wrong with AI. Let's get Culture Casino in here. Culture, welcome aboard, sir.
Hey, welcome to me. Yes, thanks for having me.
And a very merry birthday to you also.
I know, I wasn't actually prepared, but hey, I love Tesla stuff. I wish this was real.
It's not real. It's not real. The Culture, there's
I wish it was real for 10 grand, I'll tell you that. But
yeah, there's videos of cyber SUVs, but there are channels out there. This is just an example we're using. There are channels right now that are giving interior tours of mobile homes. They're showing off cars. They're showing off all kinds of things. And none of it is real. And some of these channels are starting to show the news. But the problem is it's completely untrue. None of it is real. Now, the real fear that I have, Culture, there's two fears of this. One is that I don't have a problem with some forms of AI, obviously. However, if you're a channel that's out there covering real things, say like you're covering real Tesla news or you're covering real news on any subgenre you can imagine. The problem is that if somebody comes in with an AI channel and they just barely do something that's untrue, they go 5% beyond, they're going to get more views than you because every day they can have something that's completely manufactured. And those who are not highly sophisticated in understanding this, they're going to click on that. The second fear I have, though, Culture, is that it takes time for somebody to go out with a camera and record, a walkthrough of, let's say, a mobile home. And there are lots of channels that cover RVs, right? And travel and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And van life, right? That's a huge thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
It takes time to get your camera and do a professional thing and edit the video and all that. AI takes almost no time now. I mean, we're really getting down to where you can do this quickly. And the problem is that with so many of these channels starting and coming from third world countries and all this kind of stuff, there's so much content that is flooding YouTube right now that it's making people who are making truthful content unable to be found because the algorithm is being swamped by stuff like this fake Tesla mobile home. So culture, I think YouTube's behind the block on this and they really need to catch up fast. AI could send YouTube to the moon, but it could also bury it in just total slop. What say you about the problems we're witnessing right now as photorealistic channels come out that are really hard to differentiate?
I think you aren't overstating it. I mean, AI is capable of, conceiving of an entire shot list for you in a video, making sure you have 7 or 8 or 9 of the best possible shot types during the course of any kind of storytelling with a halfway decent script and a decent set of prompts that give it a very descriptive idea of what you want it to produce. I think that's terrifying, especially since a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to be true. It just has to look true. And we're going to bump up against this in other areas. It's not just going to be in the creator space we all exist in. I think you're going to see it in regular news media. I think you're going to see it in very deceptive headlines. I think you're going to see it in deceptive art. I think a lot of people are going to believe that, we've got, a new Star Wars TV show coming out soon. And that's the problem with some of these trailer channels where they're not necessarily giving you a true perspective of what's out there. So I think YouTube's behind they're behind in a lot of different ways. They're using the AI to target actual human creators and not the actual, deceptive creators that exist on the platform. And I think
let's walk through what AI can be used for good, okay, on YouTube. Yeah. And there's a ton of stuff, right? So YouTube can be used. I've seen these channels that exist. Their entire reason for existence now is they take old paintings and photos from the 1600s, the 1400s, and they use AI to turn those into tours. They turn those into tours of those times, and it's photorealistic. I think that's a great use of history to teach people and learn and all that, and it's a good use of AI. I can also see, AI being used to create new animated films on YouTube. Fantastic, phenomenal. But if verticals now, if the YouTube shorts are simply going to be, filled with this kind of stuff where some guy is taking care of a family of lynxes, but it's not real, and 12-year-olds are going to fall for it, then you're going to see a total collapse in actual real videos happening because this will be what 90% of it is. 90%. And then you're not making new content anymore. You're just regurgitating. And that's a huge problem.
There is a more sinister side to this too. If I'm a kid and I don't know any better and I see this, should I happen to encounter a lynx in the wild, oh, nice kitty, and you go up to it and that kid could get killed. I've told the story before about talking with Gunter Gable-Williams, the great animal trainer, and how when we were sitting in the VIP tent for Ringling Brothers at the Anaheim Convention Center, and they had the big cats in cages, but behind a rope line. And he looks up and he sees a mother and her child going under the rope to go pet the kitty.
Oh, no.
And he ran over there, of course, and got them out of the way. But he said, it's these damn nature shows that want you to think everything. He says, I love them. I live with them, but I don't trust them any minute. They could go crazy. And if people get acclimated to, oh, nice kitty, we're going to see serious consequences.
Right. Of course you knew Gunther Gable. That's amazing.
Well, I didn't know him. I just talked to him that day. But a friend of mine was the ringmaster for the circus, and that's what got me in there. But
it's a circus on YouTube for sure right now. And because there's such good that AI can do, but there's such awful things it can do as well. And YouTube is behind the curve. X is doing a good job, I think, with the community guidelines. It really allows people to get on and say this is untrue. YouTube, I know that can turn into chaos, but we're going to have something. Because otherwise, somebody sent me a video the other day. And the video was of this entire town. They had turned over their entire police force to Cybertrucks. And the Cybertrucks, like every single police vehicle was now a Cybertruck. And this had convinced somebody. And so they were showing it to me. Problem is, it's not real. It's a fake news story made by AI. But I'm telling you guys, it's very, that that particular channel was very difficult to understand and discern. It looked and felt like it was 100% true. And you can say, well, Pro, you can tell because it's blurry, or you can tell because it's pixelated, it's 720p. No, people are now using systems to upscale this stuff. And it's getting to the point now where YouTube has got to do something. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to believe anything that's on here ever. And we're going to be flooded with it. It's not a problem of, like established channels are going to continue to be established. But let's say you're a new channel, okay? And you come out and you want to cover whatever it is you want to cover. If you've got to compete with 1,000 other channels that just came out, from East Asia that are AIing your genre, and it's all made up stuff, but it's more salacious and exciting than what you have, man, how are you going to survive that? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the Tesla one in particular is the design that you keep seeing for a supposed Tesla RV is actually based off of a real Tesla design. It's for the semi that they're working on right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure when they're prompting, Jonas, they're asking for the semi, but change the back to an RV or whatever, and the AI is doing it.
Yep. And if he ever actually did offer that product, I would be very interested in it myself, because that's an industry that has needed someone to come through and streamline it. Probably not someone as robotic and stoic as Elon Musk.
He's the perfect guy to do it. Come on now.
Someone who doesn't sleep enough is not the best person to design sleeping quarters.
Okay, I would.
Persona screams outdoorsman.
Yeah.
I would love one of these, because I turn it into a portable studio with a bedroom.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. But looking at this, there's always been a problem on Facebook in particular, and this is me being very anecdotal, but I think it bears truth. That there's a certain demographic that if they'll read a story that they already kind of wanted to hear that, they'll go ahead and believe it. And if you add pictures, they'll probably believe it a little bit more. And if you add video, all of a sudden the reasons not to believe it go away and away and away. It's like the kind of people who want to believe that certain presidential candidates are 100% there cognitively. Like, I think that's you wanting to believe a thing is true.
Are you suggesting that AI is the ultimate auto pen?
Well, yeah. That is well said. That's very insightful. The other thing, Marv, is that this can be used to scam lots and lots of people. And, the people that watch this channel are not normies, I would say. I mean, we have great viewership. We have great subscribers. We want everybody to be subscribed. But the people watching the channel, they're in the know. There are a lot of people out there, they watch these videos like of these Tesla motorhomes or whatever. They don't get that it's not real. And the opportunity now exists with AI for people to send out a link for you to put your reservation in, but it's not going to Tesla. This is really scary that there can be such realistic faux commercials to take advantage. And, what's the answer here, Marv? How does YouTube put a stop to this?
Oh, gosh, I honestly don't know. I mean, if they tried to roll out detection software, I feel like every channel that uses any kind of AI image in their thumbnail or anything like that will probably get taken down.
Well, and I think it's about to exceed the ability to check it,
Yeah. You also the other danger, I think, is company, if something like that went viral, if suddenly hundreds of thousands of people thought that Tesla was designing a home, it could impact stock. They might actually start investing, and then when it comes out that it's AI, then the stock crashes. So
they could use it for test marketing, though, right?
Oh, sure. I don't know that you want to, but
stuff like that, absolutely.
Yeah, and then the second thing is, and I know that I have to do this and go through, and there's this box I have to check as a creator that I didn't make. This is not an AI video. I made this video. I edited this video. That there's a little dial, a radio dial. You have to click in and fill in. Yeah. It's right after what this type of video is. There's another one further down. And if you leave it unmarked, I imagine it does a scan through it. But I always mark it no, because I'm not using AI. Although everybody's using AI if they use Photoshop. I mean, if you're editing a thumbnail with Photoshop, you're using AI to edit your thumbnail. So
Not when I make thumbnails. I mean, AI may be learning based off of
Well, do you ever use a cutout feature?
Okay.
Don't you bring up that magnetic lasso. Jonas loves that magnetic lasso.
I'm just saying.
It's polygonal lasso tool all the way. I go pixel by pixel. I might as well just be printing them out and chiseling them myself into stone.
But the problem here is too, there's a tab for YouTube creators to select whether or not they're using, synthetic whatever. And it's getting to the point now where I'm always worried we're going to show a clip of something that we think is real and it, it won't be real. And I don't know. We're getting to the point where it's hard even for us to differentiate every single time. It really is. And a lot of times you'll go to X and you'll see a very convincing photo that looks like, oh, well, this happened. And there'll be a community tab that says, this person on that day was located at this other place. This is an AI generated image. And we're getting to that point on YouTube where there's going to have to be some sort of authority that steps in. And how do you do that and trust them after what we've gone through for the past 10 years? I don't know, but we're going to have something, because AI is great, but we've got to have veracity. We've got to know what's true, what's not true. We got to make sure that it's not somebody trying to scam. And when you can make something that is photorealistic and high quality and looks like it was produced by Hollywood or a professional commercial company, we got to have some way to know that. It's just bottom line. If YouTube is going to be bigger than Disney, and it is, if it's going to be bigger and bigger than all the studios combined, YouTube's going to have some way of differentiating between this type of content. I want AI used in channels that are using it for the right thing, but I want to be careful about it being used to trick people and to mislead them. Panel, any other thoughts on this one before we get out of here and hop in our Tesla motorhomes?
I just think I think this is all going to be really bad when Facebook Marketplace is filled with AI images of cars that don't really exist. Oh yeah, sure. You want to buy it? Here's a picture of me in the bear. Oh, well, we can even do video in this nice brand new Honda Accord or whatever.
What about when sitting and watching your local news is not as much fun as watching the fake local news? But you don't know it's the fake local news because you're not watching anymore because this one has the better news over here because somehow they're always on the scene first. And you say, well, that wouldn't happen. Sure. Go tell grandma and grandpa that's never going to happen. They're probably already watching some of that stuff. It's tough. It's tough to know what's real and not anymore. YouTube, fix it fast. The deluge is at your door. As ever, folks, we endeavor to have a good time here on the Pro Channel, and I have to say that spending time with you, talking about things that truly matter, like the stories that shape our lives and our culture, well, it is the ride of a lifetime to steal from Bob Iger. And that's the only thing we'll steal from Bob because he has great security around his yacht. Folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment right on down below. Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. And folks, worry not, for more content is still on the way. 3 or 4 times a day, let's do 4. I think that's better. And you know what? Don't forget that the Pro Show is live Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern. You can also join us for our friends on That Park Place, our partner program. We have a good time there too. Folks, until the next time we get the opportunity to have a good time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.